Good morning. It's still morning. I'm so grateful that there are so many of you participating in this introduction to the parish AGM on live stream. Initially, I was thinking that it'll be quite possible to run the AGM in this way, but then my second thought about this meeting needed to be quite formal, especially this year when we voted for the new members of the parish council. I have decided that it must be only an introduction and the proper meeting we will need to do when the quarantine time is over. Maybe not with the full reports, but especially question and answer session needs to happen. The announcement of the new parish council squad and many other things. So because a lot of majority of the reports we have received for the last couple of weeks, and for those I'm really grateful for. However, the proper AGM second part needs to happen at the later time. But I thought that there is no point in sort of wasting time if we are sitting at home, if we've got the access to the AGM reports, so we can do our homework in order to meet properly in some time in the future. So firstly, I would like to quickly run through not the reports themselves, because you're able to do them yourself, but I would firstly like to thank to many people who are involved running our parish. I'm so grateful that I'm not the only person who feels both involved and responsible for the parish, that so many of you are taking different responsibilities, especially after last year's planned giving drive. So I will try to give you a quick overlook on everything that is happening, or most things that are happening in our parish. So first of all, when it comes to parish council and parish finance team, I'm grateful to the group that met last year several times to discuss the terms and conditions for both of these very important parish bodies. As I said, we had the voting for the new members of the parish council. Some of the members would be recruited from the existing parish teams, and the full report on that can be given at the later time. I have to say that physically counting of the votes wasn't possible to happen. These votes, ballot papers, are stored in the safety cupboard that we have done last year. So at the later time, when we open the church, we will be able to count them and make these announcements. But I'm grateful for this working group for having looked at the parish terms and conditions and making them up to date and really useful for the current parish structure. When it comes to parish council and finance team, once again, I'm really grateful for being the body that really, the people who really made the planned giving that we did last year possible. We were simply overwhelmed by the number of you who volunteered with your time and talents to do many different things, but also with this financial support that we have received throughout that time, and by the declaration of the standing order. To be honest, for the situation like in which we are now, for 3 months with literally very little or no parish income, a lot of parishes would and will struggle financially. We will have probably a big impact on our parish income and expenditure at this time. But because of that, because of your support, because of your kindness and generosity, I don't think that we will have to worry that much. But the full report on how we've done throughout this time of quarantine can be given at the later time. So I'm grateful for the chairing of the meetings to Barbara and Liz for doing the secretary work, and many other things like organizing the ballot papers and the votings for the new members of the parish team. The role of the parish council is really to supervise and support the work of the parish as the whole. And the new squad of the parish council would be the expression of majority of the work that is happening generally. Later on, when I'll be able to announce you who's representing which group in the parish, you'll be quite clearly able to see how much the parish council plays an important role in a parish life. Now, when it comes to a finance team, who is chaired by Mavis, and the finance secretary and the finance clerk of our parish is Tanya, we are trying to provide and monitor the parish expenditure, mainly by budgeting the income, but also trying to boost some of the initiatives like this planned giving drive. However, even though the report, the full report of the finances will not be even presented on the internet, it will be presented through the parish notice times and parish AGM, but we don't want to issue the data of the finances to the public. We feel that this is the vulnerable data that we need to keep within the parish. But one thing that is very much worth underlining, because this is the success of all the parish, which is, I'm not sure whether you're able to see it from here, which is the certificate that is called completion certificate for the place in which I am sitting now. 2 years ago, it's been a nice patio. Now it's the parish office with a nice corridor, with the extension of the toilet. The parish office provides not only a suitable environment for work for both of our secretaries, but also it's a working room, it's a meeting room. I haven't heard one person sort of moaning about lack of need for this room. It's been so needed, and I'm pleased to present you officially with a completion certificate dated for the 11th of March this year, 2020, because this certificate actually shows that this room has gone through all sorts of checkups, has been certified in many ways, and it's a safe room and environment for the parish meeting and for the parish work. So I simply want to thank Peter for site managing this project. I want to thank to a number of volunteers who in the meantime joined in painting, in organizing different works, in putting the toilet facilities. Jerry did that. Alfredo and Trisha were monitoring a lot of works like painting. David also took part in painting of a number of things in this new office. So I'm so grateful for what happened. But I want to underline especially all of you, and I mean literally every member of our parish, for your donations. The figure that you will be able to find in this report is 57,000, and for the last more or less 5 years, this money has been raised through an enormous effort of many of the parish groups, individuals as well, but this is coming from your generosity. So I can't thank you enough for this project to come true, because this is the real achievement of all the parish. Obviously, there was a lot of us involved in planning, in maintaining the work and support, but at the end of the day, every penny that you have spent on this building is worth appreciation, and this is what I would like to do now. So this certificate is the certificate for literally every one of you. So thank you very much for that. And the details, please read in the full report. It's called the AGM Finance Team Report, the new extension, office extension. Now, another, it's not really a group, but individuals who run the gift aid scheme. I would like to thank Steve, Mary, and Sandra joined them recently. Gift aid is a scheme that allows us to claim back the tax that was paid on the money that you offering for the church. And a number of you joined the gift aid scheme when we were doing the planned giving drive. So I'm really grateful that you took that option, because again, it helps us to maintain parish work and to run properly the parish budget. The estimate figure for the last year, I think, raised to something like £10,000. £10,000 that wouldn't be available for the parish without you making the decision of joining the gift aid scheme. It doesn't mean that physically this money we have received last year, because we are still waiting for some money. This procedure takes place, especially because of the fact that it goes through the diocese. But this money is obtainable only because you've decided to support the parish in this way. I would like to thank the liturgy team, who is chaired by Liz, for maintaining and planning the liturgical celebrations in our parish. We are working together to provide far in advance the liturgical calendar for the events that happen in our parish. So I'm really grateful for that. Social and fundraising team that is co-chaired by Christine and Tanya is organizing the work of a lot of volunteers. So I'm so grateful for the social and fundraising events that you have all organized and helped running, because the very big events like parish feasts or parish fairs on Christmas, or different social events, the biggest of which is Summer Fair, wouldn't be possible without your help. And the last person to thank to is Margaret, who is a safeguarding officer for our parish. I would like to thank you and all who are participating in safeguarding procedures with Margaret, for being so faithful presenting different documents. This is not an easy thing, but very much needed to run a parish properly. Now, from the parish teams, we are moving to the catechetical groups. Mavis and Denise are responsible for the RCIA preparation. Unfortunately, this is probably the catechetical group that is affected the most by the coronavirus quarantine, because the Easter sacraments would not be possible to be received at Easter. So to all the candidates that I prayed, especially at the Mass this morning, I would like to say that we'll make every effort to offer you this sacraments at the early possible time. But I'm really grateful to the catechist and also to the sponsors for being part in the preparation. Another group of people are catechists for baptismal preparation. Simply a catechist who are working with the families while they're bringing the children for baptism. So I'm grateful to Denise and Liz, and recently joined by Paul and Karen and Andrea and Amarachi, for working together and agreeing to be catechists, especially the last two couples that I mentioned, because we were very much in the need of the catechists for preparation in baptism, and I'm so grateful that you decided to join and share your faith and run this baptismal preparation for the young families. Confirmation preparation is run by Deacon Martin, Les, and Christine. Unfortunately, this year we won't be able to start on time like we used to after Easter. But I thank you for the candidates that you have prepared last year for confirmation. And thanks to you, we can be all confident that young people in our parish receive the sufficient preparation and the boost of their faith in their faith journey. Now, another group that is very much affected by the quarantine time is reconciliation and Eucharist preparation team. So I'm so sorry to all the children and families who are waiting for the Mass when they would receive Jesus for the first time. We will need to postpone all of these events, all of these sacraments for later on, as well as obviously baptisms and confirmations. It's no one's fault, but we are so sorry that the enthusiasm that was raised through that time needs to be somehow maintained and raised throughout this difficult time. So I would like to thank Mavis, Lynn, Josie, Karen, Val, Eileen, Sophie, and Sandra for being catechists for the families, because your effort, I'm sure, will find completion this year at a later time. Now, I would like to thank those of you who run liturgical groups. So Eucharistic adoration that we are hosting, we have been hosting in a parish for the last year and a half, is very much down to the Eucharistic adoration team led by Lynn and Secretary Bernadette. Thank you for providing the marvelous overlook and um, the way, the marvelous approach of the people, because I can't really praise enough the time and possibility of having the adoration in our parish, also for myself privately, because this is the initiative that has been run successfully, but the number of hours, the amount of time that we spend with the Lord, only those of us who participate in it, we can appreciate enough. Now, Praise and Prayer group is co-equally run by myself and Joe. This is giving us the monthly opportunity to really get together and pray in the charismatic way. On Monday evenings, we switched from the second Monday to the third Monday of each month. Unfortunately, again, because of this quarantine time, these meetings are not possible now. I'm grateful to John, who is doing the Extraordinary Ministers and Readers Rota. We were blessed with the 9 Eucharistic ministers who were commissioned last year and already doing their ministry, and 4 new readers who were blessed with the ministry. The new readers are waiting still for their training. And I'm grateful because this is allowing us to have really the sufficient help in the celebration of the Masses. The choir, run and conducted by Josie and supported by Kim, I would like to thank now, because every Sunday celebration, every big celebration is marvelously prepared by you. So thank you very much. And just to let everyone know that all the parishes in the deanery know that our choir is very good, and sometimes when they need help, our choir is very kind enough to support different celebrations across the deanery as well. I would like to thank Val for running children's choir, and we really appreciate your monthly input into our parish celebrations. I'm very grateful to the flower arrangers. Throughout this time of quarantine, you are having a bit of a holiday. However, for Easter, I would say that we will have some flowers, because already someone asked to welcome the possibility of having the live flowers next to the altar. But I'm really grateful that throughout the year you're looking after the beauty of the place in which we encountered the Lord. Um, I'm really grateful to Deacon Martin, Alfredo, and Bolu, who are our altar service masters and masters of the ceremony, for providing a sufficient help and organization and training for the altar service. This year, I was able really I was able to see the organized work of the training. I see it coming through, and I think that this model we will try to continue because it really pays a good benefit and makes the young people feel responsible for the liturgy in our church. Now, another group of the groups in our parish that I would like to appreciate are really the groups that are being involved in many social and justice things. So each group has got a specific aim, and I'm asking you to read their reports to really see what is happening. So I would like to thank the Union of Catholic Mothers for getting together and maintaining your faith and supporting yourselves and our parish as well in a social way. So big thanks to Helen for being the chair of this group last year. I would like to thank the Knights of St. Columba, Deacon John, who is a chaplain of this group, and Joe, who is also involved, and many other parishioners who take part in the monthly meetings. I would like to thank the bereavement group that is organized and chaired by Teresa. I know that you are gathering every month on Tuesday evening to support, either by prayer or by conversation, those of us who suffer from bereavement and grief after the loss of our loved ones. So many thanks for the successful run of this group throughout the last year. I would like to thank John, who is updating me all the time, and all of us through different newsletters and posts about justice and peace and integrity of creation activities that are happening either in the deanery or diocese or interfaith initiatives. Now, Katina is represented by Steve, also present in our parish. I would like to thank the 14th Medway St. Simon's Stock Scout Group that is supported by quite a lot of our parishioners, and I know that a lot of children from our parish and schools are members of this scout group. So many thanks to Liz and Richard for organizing, supervising, supporting, and providing the background work for this group. The two new groups in our parish. One has been sort of formalized and extended. The other is completely new. I would like to thank the members of the Maintenance and Safety Group. This is the group that was created initially last year to support the parish from the very practical and safety perspective. So I would like to thank Alfredo, Karen, Bernadette, and Kevin, the original members of group. I know that 3 new members joined this group, for being really active in putting all the policies and procedures and bringing them up to date and putting them into practice. Maybe this is the work, especially the safety work, that is not seen by many on the daily basis, but I think that it's so much embedded in our awareness that we don't even notice it. But I really want to appreciate putting it all in practice. The analysis that you give us is really valued by me and by many, and I would like to thank you for that. And I know that you've got some activities planned for this year as well. And the maintenance work, please look at this report, because the number of works that happened last year in our parish. It's really been amazing, and it's helping us a lot to meet in the safe and nice place. So just to mention a few projects like upgrading of the lighting system in our parish, helping with finishing and painting of this office. A number of things that happened throughout the last year, I'm really grateful for. And the church cleaning group is a group of about 20 volunteers who are being put in four groups consecutively cleaning the church and providing a really good work that is helping us both to save the money but also to meet in the clean environment. So I would like to thank Connie for organizing the rota and the volunteers. Recently, there was a meeting to basically talk about the standard of work, about the safety procedures. So I'm really grateful to everyone who is participating in this work, because in this way our parish can really thrive. Now, fundraising activities. There is 100 Club, who is run by Alfredo. This is a parish lottery. But I would like to thank both Alfredo and every subscriber of this lottery, because this is a big financial support for our parish, and a little bit of nice excitement that is coming when you win something. I would like to thank the ladies who are handcrafting cards, Mavis, Janet, and Celestine, for really making every big celebration like Christmas or Easter or a wedding anniversary or first Holy Communion so special to many people, and also supporting financially many projects in our parish. I would like to thank Barbara for running the repository, for providing for us the things that we need, sometimes on the very last minute, for being open to ordering new things, new items. So thank you very much for that. And I would like to thank the ladies who are organizing monthly cake sales, for making every celebration of the Mass so sweet, because it's followed by a cake sale or tea and coffee in most Saturday evenings and Sundays. And then we've got the charity activities in our parish. So I'm very grateful to Adrian, who is running the Miss Your Red boxes. And to those of you who are taking these boxes home, and really by a spare or especially donated change, or all of the money that you give, because it's supporting the missionary work throughout the world. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm grateful to Tricia, and now the volunteers who are supporting and organizing the food collection for Medway Food Bank, because this is the missionary work that we try to do a number of times throughout the year. And last year, the figure that is from the top of my head, that I think is the figure that is a collaborative work of the parish and St. Thomas More and St. Benedict School, is about 1,200 kilos of food that we have donated last year. It's even more than the previous year. These things wouldn't happen without your support, without you donating food, without the volunteers organizing it. So I'm really grateful. And when I'm talking to you, I'm literally looking as well at the donations that have been given throughout the last 2 weeks to the food bank, and they will be delivered this Tuesday to support the people who in this time of quarantine are in the real need of food. So this is only the briefing of all the work that is happening in our parish. I hope that I haven't omitted anyone, and this wasn't my intention to diminish the work, the marvelous work that is happening in our parish. I'm so grateful to everyone who is in either organized or not so much organized the work in the parish, supporting different things. And I'm sure that this year, after this quarantine time is over, we would be able to get together even more, and also use the offers of so many people who offered that the times and talents to support members of the parish and each other, and the spiritual and liturgical work of our parish. Thank you very much for listening to this briefing and introduction to this parish AGM. I'm looking forward to the meeting when we'll be actually able to meet face to face and ask the questions that you have, and update you with the details that we were not either able to prepare or present on the parish website. In the meantime, please look through these reports. And now I just want to invite you to, again, have a short break, and maybe before the lunchtime, participate or watch the Mass from Walsingham, the Mass in which England will be rededicated as the Diary of Mary, and the faithfulness of the Christian in this country will be expressed once again. Thank you very much. I wish you a good afternoon, and if you're looking forward to do something interesting in the evening, I'm inviting you for the 6:30 session that I called Smoothie. And my intention is to do like an introduction to a film, a family film, that hopefully you'll be able to watch after this review that I'm going to provide in the evening. Have a good Sunday. God bless you. And we need to keep each other in touch in many different ways. I'm praying for all of you, and any requests, any ideas that you would like to share, any ways to improve of what we're doing in this time, I am most welcome to hear from you, either through the parish website, emails, the new Facebook page, or simply giving me a ring on the parish mobile. So God bless you all, and have a good Sunday.